Hello, everybody. Welcome to the new Playbook's new series for Star Wars. The Glad to have you here. Hopefully that you didn't come in thinking that we were playing some regular D&D. We're actually switching up to another game, a new Star Wars story that we're doing, and completely fresh. Nothing dealing with Legends or any kind of Disney continuity. Um, but a lot of good Star Wars fun. So if you're here to check it out, please enjoy. No intro, nothing like that we usually have. So we're gonna get right into it. So, 1 second. Some settings aren't working per usual. There we go. Okay. Hopefully everything's working correctly. Um, so currently in this world that we're starting off at, there was as usual, a large galactic war between the Empire and the Republic that went on for many, many years until it was randomly stopped and overpowered by a random force that came out of nowhere and destroyed most of the vessels on both sides and made ruins to many of Jedi Republic troopers, Sith troopers, and Sith warriors that were in the battle. Due to this, a couple years later, many of either side, whether or not they were troopers, bounty hunters, smugglers, or soldiers, force wielders, have decided to leave and try to find safety or find their brethren to start back from square one or to find a safe place to start back up again. Now that this unknown force is taken over and is starting to move in, but not really claim any name supremacy. Anytime a battle comes up, they just come in larger ships, larger force powers, and just come in and obliterate everything. 2 years have passed, and many larger republics and empires have been hidden away, have not shown themselves for some time. We find ourselves in an area in a ship called the Navreed, a ship that is normally a shipping vessel, but in this case, the captain has saw fit to take pity on many people who have fallen ill to this, whether they have sided with this or they have just become victim to people who have been hunted due to having allegiance to some side of the war, whether they're a Jedi, Sith, or just somebody that just seems to be a victim of it. They pick up, drop off to wherever they can, providing safe passage month to month. And currently they're on their way to Utapau. We focus ourselves on the resting room of a few of our compatriots. We're going to start off with Gravity. Can you describe your character for us, please?
Yeah, you see a young Togruta. She's got light blue skin with white markings on her cheeks and her forehead. Her laku are mostly white with like stripes of red on them. I don't remember what color I made her eyes. um, they're probably brown. I don't remember. But she's kind of wrapped up in like some warmer clothing. But it's hard to tell what exactly it is. Maybe just some kind of cloak or whatever. But yeah.
Okay, perfect. Uh, Gravity. Mixed words together.
Gravity
Ryan.
again.
Ryan. I was saying I mixed Ryan with Gravity. So it was like Gravity. Ryan.
Gravity. You see a orange, gorgeous Twi'lek, sitting in the corner minding her own business, and she has blue eyes. She's got very golden mango skin, pristine because we moisturize. She's wearing a very revealing outfit. She's got a jacket on, obviously, but the goods are on display. They always are. And she also has a very noticeable, gnarly red scar that covers her right eye. That if you pay much enough attention, she's got her leku brushed over her shoulder, almost kind of like to disguise it or hide it a little bit. And she is right now looking kind of bored. This is not her scene. And she's got a bottle of Sahar sitting next to her lap, and she's just looking at her knife in her hand.
Okay. All right. Ben.
So you see a very gorgeous blue Twi'lek. No, so a blue Twi'lek. He is got green eyes. No distinguishable markings or anything on his leku, but he is wearing a green shirt with a like a bomber jacket, fur on the collar, kind of a dirty brown kind of pants, black boots. He's got a bag sitting next to him. He's kind of just laying on his cot, arms behind his back, just kind of looking up. Yeah.
Okay. And one player to step away for a second, but at least perfect timing.
Oh,
There we go. Okay. Jeremy, if you're ready, you can explain your character.
Oh no, we can't hear you.
You're muted.
Take your time if it's not working.
It might be the mic.
Could be.
What a lovely
Technical
room.
difficulties, they will always happen.
Inevitable.
Now,
There it is.
That works.
Okay, a little bit, yeah.
Yahtzee. All right.
So, describe your character.
All right. So, off in a corner of maybe the cargo bay, sitting in a corner, you could see a Nidak. He's a Zabrak youth, probably about 25 years approximately. Kind of the same coloration as Savage, Darth Maul's brother. Goldish skin, horns. One oddity, unlike most of his kind, he doesn't have many of the rite of passages tattoos. He just has one that looks more as if it was scarred in haste, and it almost looks like a scythe that runs from one edge of his chin across his face. And his eyes are just black, but one of his eyes, the white, is red. It looks like, and not from a power, it just looks like all the blood vessels have popped and just either haven't recovered or will never recover.
Okay.
And he's just wearing simple robes and a tattered cloak.
All right. So, while you're all on the ship, currently right now, the ship is kind of full. You all know how much time is left. There has been an announcement as of this morning. It's about midday from the ship's captain that will be heading into Utapau about half day's time. If anybody who is going to be settling Utapau will only be there for several moments. There seems to be some kind of heavy activity that we're going to have to sneak past. We're going to be in and out as quickly as possible. Please be at the ready. If you are not stopping at Utapau, please feel free to move about the ship. That's the message. Currently, right now, there are plenty of different races that are all going around. Seen everything from Zabraks, even to more of females that are the Night Sisters that have been walking around. You're not seeing so many humans in here. You just see just a bunch of different races that are moving around the ship itself. In fact, the only person that's really the only human on the ship is the captain. Compared to even this just being a shipping vessel, the captain is actually looks from the many times that you guys might have seen her, she seems like maybe a previous war soldier. She's always wearing battled armor, well pristined, and looks like she's taken a few licks in her time. But you got still some time before making the descent into Utapau. What would you all like to do?
I think I'm going to sit up, start kind of going through my bag, make sure everything's packed, ready to go, because I'm going to be getting off at Utapau.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna do a sweep of the room, see kind of what everyone's doing. I see him messing with his stuff. I'm just like, you getting off?
Yeah, got a little bit of business over here. That's about it.
Okay.
What about the rest of you?
I too will be going down to the planet.
I also I'm sorry. I also want to say real quickly, in case anybody's curious, we're actually using. In case anybody's curious about the system we're using, real quick, we are using D&D 5e. I just want to I forgot to mention that earlier. So if anybody's curious about the system we're using, that's what we're using right now. Continue.
Oh, you scared me. I opened my mouth one time and did the voice, and you're like, wait a second, just real quick.
Continue.
That's it for right now.
Okay.
And he starts, same as the other character, starts doing the checking his bag, making sure his meager possessions are in order.
Okay.
My character kind of just sits there contemplating. She doesn't quite look like she knows what she's doing or where she's going. But she doesn't really say anything.
Okay.
What about you, Tangerine? What are you doing?
Come again?
You getting off or are you staying on?
It's been 5 seconds. You already have a new nickname for me. Fuck. I'm
Legit thought
going
there was
where word
something-
takes me. Wherever that may be. Don't
Undecided.
give me any good reasons. Maybe I'll have a reason to stay in Utapau. What's going on there?
Heck if I know. I just hopefully gonna get out of there sooner than later, but
What's
don't have a
going on
plan?
there is this thing. What's going on there is the same thing that's going on all across the galaxy. War, sorrow, and fools losing their lives for no good reason.
And that's why you're going.
I'm going because it's as good as place as any.
Oh, be my guest. And she takes the bottle of Tahar and she just takes a swig herself and puts her knife away. She just kind of lounges back. She's like chilling in the corner. Thank you, Babu. She's like chilling in the corner, like posted up with like her legs crossed across the bunk and just like everything out, just chilling. She's watching everyone, especially the Togruta, who hasn't said anything.
What's on Utapau?
come again.
What's on Utapau?
A planet?
Oh no shit.
Well, you've got someone that's looking for death and destruction or whatever. And then you've got whatever he's doing. She gestures to the blue Twi'lek, which is really not much of anything.
Not business.
You strike me as the gambling type. That kind of business?
Not so much, but more a provider of services to those that require people to do it for them.
So, not so legal type.
Oh, I never said anything illegal.
I never implied.
Oh, could have
Just
fooled me, darling.
trying to put feelers out there, that's all. I don't really have any plans, so if you know of any work, I could be available.
If I need a crew or something, I guess I'll keep you in mind.
You don't even know what I do.
Dress half naked?
And look damn good while doing it.
I didn't say that either.
If you ever need a bounty hunter or odd smuggling job or two, I know a girl.
At the note of that, he kind of is like, "Oh, I'll let you know." And he's like tightening up his bag. Well, not that this hasn't been cheerful, and kind of looks over at the Zabrak and full of sunshines and rainbows. I'm gonna get going here. I gotta go get to the exit. So you guys, nice meeting you, and have a great life.
Does he leave?
He starts walking like out of there. Yeah.
As you see him walking out, at the same time going across the hallway between yours, like about right here, you see you've seen her before, a very well, even for a Kaminoan, a very tall Kaminoan, walking down the halls. She's one of the few you've seen around here that actually like has not given up a lot of her larger weapons. For most Kaminoans, she is a soldier. As you see her, she's wearing like this really, really thick armor. But due to their body, she's only wearing around the upper torso part, due to the long, sleek bodies. And she's got this long cannon-like weapon on the back as she's walking over, and she's like dragging some body with her as like almost like she's like, pull back. I didn't do it, I swear. Come on. So it's dragging him along.
Yep, none of my business.
Is this right out the door?
Yeah, like crossing from this section and then heading out to like this section. So they're
like 1 to 2.
Yeah.
Would any of us in the room possibly hear it?
Yeah, I mean like she's very tall and he's not being quiet about it. And like she's pulling him by like the edge of his shirt, dragging it so tight that it's actually pulling on his neck.
Shotgun's gonna hop up and kind of peer out the door. Is there anything special about this guy, or?
She just like takes him, she just tosses him into one of the rooms. Oh, nothing for you to worry about, but he she kind of like looks at you and just kind of like leans down, and she's one of the tallest ones here. And she
I was asking that as a player.
Oh, you're asking as a player.
Yeah, no.
Like anything he's...
I have an accent for this.
Okay.
Come on.
Not that you know of. Like
Okay.
you don't know what's really going on
He
in the
just-
situation.
He just looks like a civilian, or?
He looks like another he's another like stowaway like you guys are. But you do know that he's like one of the people around here that has been kind of, I wouldn't necessarily spreading rumors, but he seems to always be the talker.
How do you exit the ship on here? So out the back, front, sides?
You exit from here and here.
Okay.
If you take a vessel, you can actually lower this docking bay down, and you can actually exit out of a vessel, which there are 2 vessels docked right now.
Okay.
There's
I think
also a
since we have-
secret exit out of the actual bridge for the captain's crew in case they have to quickly escape.
I think since we have time, I'm gonna just start making my way around to the other exit.
Okay, Sure.
I am actually going to follow him, but enough of a distance behind. It's not very obvious. So y'all just see her after a couple seconds get up, sling a single pack over her shoulder, and just nod to y'all and say, "See you around." She like starts walking out too, not really paying attention to the situation going on in the hallway because it's also not her business.
Mm. Okay.
He does the same, just kind of waits till they disseminate and then starts making his way towards the opposite side exit, but using the path that goes nearest to the bridge.
Okay.
Oh, that way.
Gotcha. Just FYI, it's... Oh. Yeah, sorry, music just randomly activated, but yeah, I know. Okay, so all of you are starting to depart, making your way around. Currently right now, looking out any windows or any kind of spots you can find, you can start seeing yourself getting closer to what looks like a large semi-space graveyard. Some of you might actually know this is one of the spots where some of the court has come through during the war and actually started demolishing many ships. You see a lot of Republic cruisers and a lot of Imperial vessels just floating there, empty, decayed, lost to the last 2 years. Some of them even looks like they've been picked over by pirates or any kind of salvagers. The ship itself is slowly but surely teetering back and forth, making sure it's not to hit anything.
I'm sorry, DM. You said the ships in the graveyard are they both Republic and Empire, or just one?
They're both.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
He would definitely stop at the biggest window and just stare out into the graveyard.
Yeah, you could definitely see this is one of the top 3 spots where they definitely come in. A lot of these are more of the high impact cruisers, a lot of the more war-sized vessels. And these were between this spot, Coruscant, and above Camino were the top 3 spots where many of the ships were actually taken down by the court. The ship itself starts to navigate as you hear a communique. We'll be descending any moment. Again, for anybody who's planning to land in Utapau, we'll only be landing for a moment. We're not going to be at full dock. Please exit out of the south bay doors. We'll be entering other guests through the north side doors.
Guess that's this way. I keep walking.
Okay.
My character is kind of just standing there, not really sure. Because again, she doesn't know what she's doing.
Is it really obvious?
A little. Is there any? I guess she would kind of like lean against the hallway wall and kind of look around, and if possible, I'd like to tap into the galactic energy.
The galactic what?
The galactic
Energy.
Okay.
And just see if like anything is tugging her to Utapau, or anyone else on the ship.
Sure.
Just to give her some kind of motivator or reason to do anything here, or she should stay on board and wait.
Okay. And I apologize for anybody who's watching. We're still new to doing this. I gotta remember what kind of check that would actually be for you to do that.
Okay.
Let me double check.
if someone is sensitive to the galactic force and that character does that, would they sense that? Or could they sense that?
Let me just check out the sheets here. So we have. Okay, so. We are still learning.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give me a like just a wisdom check, or I'm sorry, give me an insight check, just to check in the give me an insight check.
Only now. Okay. 21.
21. You start to feel both inward and outward, trying to use what you've been taught to measure what is around, what is in the area, what you're landing into. And you do sense a slight pain that hits you, and that the last time it hit you was about a couple years ago when this all happened, as you immediately feel like this immediate migraine that hits you, as you just feel like a straight disturbance that's about to happen. And you don't know what it is, you don't see anything, but something bad is about to happen. The last time you felt like this was the last time that you saw your master.
Okay. With that, she's gonna go back into the room and grab her bag and start following the others out.
Okay. Anybody else want to do anything? Cool. So, after the immediate descent, you immediately start hearing, just seeing explosions going around in the area around the ship, but not hitting you. As you immediately start feeling the ship start to go from a slow descent to immediate pass off as it starts moving at a fast pace. As you immediately see Jido, the Kaminoan, immediately run past him. You start yelling at everybody, back to the rooms, quick! She starts like pulling off like this big cannon out, and she starts running over to one of the actual exit doors. As you can immediately start hearing ships start flying around and cruisers start flying past. So you can hear like TIE fighter sized vessels flying around the ship. Start almost having a battle around the ship at this point. What do you do?
I'm gonna backtrack. Corm's gonna backtrack up this way, and he's gonna kind of look into the hangar and see what's in there.
Okay. If you check out into the hangar itself, which the hangar itself is currently locked right now, but you can like go up to like these. These are like overlook spots to like they're like little docking spots to like move pieces in the hangar, like supplies and stuff around. And you look, there are a total of 3 vessels down there. Currently, there is 1 fighter, which is a kind of like an A-class fighter, and then you have yourself what looks like a bombing vehicle, and specifically what looks like an old Republic, like 10-person carrier, like Millennium Falcon size kind of thing.
Okay.
You know that all 3 ships here do not belong to anybody here, but they were specifically brought in due to the fact of maybe someone salvaging them or someone maybe making money off of them. But you do know that at this immediate moment, no one's been able to get them to work perfectly, but they've been able to at least get them far enough to get them onto the ship.
Okay.
You start hearing the captain speak on there. All hands! Brace for impact! As you immediately just hear like a just immediate slam to the ship. As you just all of a sudden see like darkness from one side that was on the Utapau side immediately come in and slam into the ship itself. Really just blast right into it on the northern side. As you immediately just hear like these large just start slamming over and under the ship. Almost like grasping on the ship like claws. just immediately you just hear like iron squishing down, so you just hear just clasping onto the ship itself. As immediately anybody who is over here in this section, immediately a bunch of soldiers immediately go back and try to push out of the way. As many of them go over there and try to bar paths. Just making sure, get back, head over to the other side of the ship. We'll try to hold them off as quickly as possible. As you immediately start hearing like docking doors just start coming closer and closer, as you can hear like a bridge start connecting into the door itself. Getting closer and closer, and you can start hearing it start clasping. You start hearing some kind of tool being used to start prying the door open itself. As you just see the Kaminoan immediately step forward as she starts pulling over this giant laser rifle of some kind. She's just aiming it forth while she's got a couple men. One is a Brack and another one a Rhodian, really coming out with simple dual blasters as they're ready to fight off anything that immediately comes in. What do y'all do?
How far is a drop down? Is it?
How far of a drop down is it to like get down to the hangar bay?
I know exactly what you're doing.
To drop down, it's probably about 60 feet.
Oh shit. Okay.
I will. You can give me an investigation check to see if there's maybe like a way that you can brace your fall or maybe make it easier to get down.
All right, we'll try.
While he's doing that, because of the chaos happening, Mark's like, "Oh shit!" And so she's gonna stay a little closer behind him. What's he trying to do? Or like, can she tell what he's trying to do?
I mean,
I'm like leaning over, like.
I mean, he's definitely like looking around the hangar bay. You can't really tell sure like what he's looking for, but what'd you get for an investigation?
18.
18. There are many like different kind of construction tools and like different kind of levers and different kind of angular objects on the wall that you can definitely, with the right acrobatics, you could definitely make your way down without taking any falling damage if you want to do it that way, where you can kind of like jump, parkour, and then maybe actually land on one of the ships to brace your fall instead of dropping all the way to the ground.
Okay, he's not dumb. He saw the doors and like, so he's gonna like reach into his bag and grab his slicer kit.
Okay.
And like try to run back for the door they just saw and run into Mar here. I'm like, oh hey, sorry, didn't see you there.
You looking for a way out?
I'm between weapons right now, so yeah, I'm looking for a way to get outside of this, whatever hell is happening.
All right, well, let's find one.
Then please move. And he'll head for the door.
Please move the fuck out of my way, please.
You could say please. Oh, you did say
I did say please.
You could have said it nicer.
Yeah, clear out your Leku. Let's go.
Just gonna cuss at him and
When,
Twi'leki and call him an idiot.
I'll feel like that wasn't polite in Twi'lek.
Well, you're not polite.
In Ryloth, sorry.
All right, so give me. Are you proficient with your slicer kit?
I am. Yes.
All right, so why don't you give me a dexterity check and then add your proficiency bonus to it.
Okay, I was saying, do you want me to use technology or?
Oh yeah, that's right. It's different for this one. So yeah, use your technology and then.
Okay.
Yep. Sorry, I'm gonna. It's gonna be a twist of different things switching between D&D and Star
I remember
Wars.
here because I know I got the slicer kit thing. I was proficient with it. Sorry. Well, for technology, I rolled a 13.
Okay.
You know what? But I have expertise with slicer kit.
So I'm guessing you would add your proficiency bonus to it.
Yeah. Right.
So you would have a 15.
Yeah.
Okay. It takes you like a minute, but you're able to successfully open up the door.
Cool.
And you're not able to like close it. Like you were able to. It kind of like malfunctions the door, but you're able to get it open, and it just kind of like remains open. But you do have like a stairway down that can get you to the hangar bay.
I wasn't worried about closing it.
Okay, fair enough. But yes, you're able to get down to the hangar bay. The hangar bay is pretty crowded right now. You do see that in the hangar bay itself that there are several what looks like different kind of command consoles. Some of them look like they're meant to maybe move different supplies around with craned objects around, and some of them look like they're specifically meant to either raise or lower this floor, or even just open it up to drop down whatever's down to the ground, like a quick, like speed jump down to escape out of the ship, kind of thing like that. But it looks like if you wanted to safely, if you're able to get like a ship fixed, you could drop this floor down and you could easily just pilot a ship out. But there are different ways that you could do it.
So the ships do need to be repaired real quick, or like at least hot wired.
Essentially, yes.
Okay.
You can definitely tell that the A-class fighter can fit 2, the bomber can fit 1, and that the cruiser itself could fit up to 10.
All right, so he is going to like stop and look at them and be like, "Ah, damn it!" And he goes for the cruiser.
Okay. It is not locked. The actual the landing platform is open as you're immediately able to run into the actual spot. Looks like someone was trying to try to repair this, and they've gotten pretty far at it, but they haven't completed the whole caboodle of sorts. If you want to start repairing it, I believe that is also a tech check.
Yeah,
Technology.
so-
Yep. So if you want to give me a technology check, the better it is, the quicker you'll get it done. I'll definitely say you can get it done, but it depends on how much time it takes.
All right. Let's see here. Wait a second. Is there any chance I could use I could get advantage just for piloting technology with the history?
If you can do what?
Can I get advantage just for having background with piloting and the technology of repairing stuff?
Sure.
Okay, cool. I'll just kind of look at Margon and be like, "Hey, just cover me for a few minutes here," and I run into the ship.
Can do that, sugar. She's got her blades out. She's just chilling, looking
Beauty
around.
must protect beauty, kind of thing like that.
That's a
Don't be suspicious.
15.
Don't be suspicious.
What'd you get?
15.
Okay, so you're able to at least figure out what the issue is with the ship itself. Whoever was working on this at least did a good job taking care of it, but it looks like the hyperdrive currently right now is malfunctioning, and there's no time you have enough time to fix the hyperdrive itself. But you're able to at least go in and you're able to take care of the actual AI that actually runs the ship, and you're at least able to fix the thrusters in roughly about 10 minutes worth of time. But fixing the hyperdrive will take you a lot longer. If you want to just take care of the minuscule stuff to at least get the ship going, it'll take you about 10 minutes.
I'll start working on that.
Okay, cool. All right, so with our 2 others, what would you 2 like to be doing at this point? They have currently not gotten in, but you can definitely hear that there is quite a few people entering the bridge. And if anybody's actually looking out from about here or here, you can actually see the bridge, and you can see these troopers in full scale black and silver armor that's fully covered, full helms. That's almost looking like almost kind of like a tank style trooper, holding very large rifled blasters. All of them wearing this specific kind of, not an imperial look, but more elaborate and more elegant. Not with the colors the Imperials use, which are usually crimson and blacks. This is more crimsons and silvers. Kind of a mixture of both Republic and Imperial mixed together as they are starting to pound in through the door and starting to use different kind of tech to break in.
Oh shit. And Shawkin's just gonna start running towards the hangar.
Okay. Okay.
Did Guido? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Nadak, did you want to do anything?
Did did Guido already kind of go into the bridge before they came in to break it, or is she still in the hallway, or where did the
what?
Arcanan girl go?
Oh, the Kaminoan? No, she's standing right here with her 2 soldiers right now and ready to attack whoever comes into the door.
Okay, so Nidak would have walked up to them and said, "I have run too many times. I will not do so again. If you'll have me, I will stand with you."
She looks back and she kind of looks down at you. No matter how tall is your character?
6 foot.
6 foot. Okay. Her being, I think they're roughly about like 8-9 feet. She's still like reaching down to you, but she already has to bend down due to the fact that the hallways of the ship are not even as tall for her. She looks down. Well, I don't know how prepared you are, but I'll take whatever I can get. As she kind of like moves aside so you can stand forward. What do you prepare yourself with? You just do fisticuffs?
His fist,
Okay.
and he channels the energy of the galaxy into them. His
Okay.
chosen weapon.
Okay, got it. All right. I'm sorry if I pronounce this wrong. Shakin? Is that how it's pronounced?
Shocking.
Shakin. Shakin and Nidek, give me just give me a wisdom check.
Just a general
Just a general
check.
wisdom. Yep.
Wisdom. Where's that?
General wisdom.
General wisdom. General wisdom.
That'd be a 12.
12.
21.
21. For Nidek, you sense like a feeling you haven't felt in quite some time, but it might just be the rush of going into combat you haven't done in some time. Shakin, this feeling that you felt moments ago, you are now feeling it further. It's not just soldiers that are coming on. There's a force welder about to enter the ship. But it's different than what you felt before. This isn't dark, this isn't light, this is something else. Something different, something you've never prepared yourself before, something you haven't been trained for before.
I'm gonna pull out my vibro staff.
Okay.
And I'm actually gonna backtrack a little bit up the hallway so I can see what's going on.
Okay.
Or can I see? I don't know if I can click or not. There's like a window area by me.
Yeah, so the rooms that don't have numbers on them do actually have windows that are aiming towards the red lines.
Okay. I guess I will peer through that. And other than the troopers, do I see anything else?
So in this bridge that they're connecting, you mostly see these troopers. Not even like different kinds. They're all just a singular style trooper. Not like any kinds that are like snipers or anything like that. They all just seem like these tank troopers. But you do see someone hooded that is kind of like in the back, still in their ship, but you can kind of see like a bit of their cloak.
Okay. I'm just gonna stand and wait.
Okay. All right. As pounding and different kind of tech is being used to bust open the door, you eventually just go to a quiet. As a couple of the soldiers right by the Kaminoan is starting to get a little edgy, as she's just like, just be ready. As immediately just start to hear banging and banging until you start just seeing the doors start to rip themselves open without touch. As immediately they just rip open, like tearing through paper. I need everyone to roll initiative.
First roll of the day for me.
That's a hot
Give me-
6.
A hot 6. All right. Living
Got
at
a
large.
hot 5, so
All right, hang on
We're
a
busy.
Living high, double digits, 10.
13.
Okay, all right.
Initiative is always so kind to us. Sarcasm.
And who had higher between Ryan and Ben?
6.
I
Six.
5.
Okay, so. Okay. All right. So let me put some people on the battlefield. Okay. And here we go.
Oh my.
Okay, so as these soldiers start busting through, FYI, the line of the door is this gray line here. So these three are in, those three are on the bridge right now. As they immediately come through, they immediately come in and immediately just like pull out these rifles over their shoulders. As you immediately see, as soon as they undo them, you just hear something engage on them as they just almost like pull them through like a shotgun and immediately shift as like this something activates on the rifle. Shotgun, what would you like to do?
As a player, just clarifying because I'm still confused as hell. My sabers are operable now or not?
We'll say that they are. Yeah, we'll just say that they are.
They are.
Yep.
I'm just gonna hold my action for now if somebody comes near me.
Okay, got it. All right. We go to. I apologize. It's gonna take a little while to get the names remembered. Nadak.
It's gonna be a new experience trying to learn how to do this.
Right.
D&D. I'm like, hold on, switch brains to not the other guy. What can I do? Can I try to channel the force and cause harm to this first guy?
Sure.
Yeah, let's try and do that. Why not, right? So he has to make a... Well, first I gotta hit him, I guess. Oh, actually, no. He has to make a Constitution save. Sorry.
That's a pathetic 5.
And he fails.
Okay.
I gotta see what I do. He takes 11 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. What's the ability you're using? Just curious.
Cause harm.
Cause harm. Okay.
So it's under the channel force, and then you can either pick to use cause harm or lend aid.
Got it. Cool. All right. Cool. All right. So he takes some damage as he immediately goes down, and he immediately just feels this sharp pain. As he immediately looks at you, he just yells out to someone way back there, "We have a wielder!" Anything else on your turn?
Let's see. Here's a question for you. Is there anything glass around? Any windows that don't open to the empty void of space?
Any windows would open up to the empty void of space technically on the ship.
Any glass displays, any crystal displays around of any sort?
I'll say that some glass might have came off of like maybe some of the door that was ripped off. Maybe like there might have been like maybe like an emblem or something like that might have shattered some glass.
Okay, perfect. That's all I need.
Okay.
It doesn't say if my channel furrows cause harm as an action or if I can use it as a bonus action.
Uh,
Fourth degree, you start with yeah, it doesn't tell me.
let me check.
Because if it's a bonus action, I'll do something else. If it's an action, then
It looks like it's an action.
Okay, we'll call it action. You know what? We'll call that it for right now.
Okay. All right. We go to the Kaminoan. She's immediately gonna take up her, just immediately like pull back this large handle off of it as immediately charges it. She just fires off like a blast of like 50 little lights of energy that just immediately flies forward towards them. As immediately this first group gets eviscerated.
Ooh. Take him out. If only I could have seen that. I want that gun.
Immediately as a group goes back, immediately another one moves forward. And she's going to order her men to move back on their turn. Which is their turn, so they're going to move back the wall. And they're going to fire off their pistols. That's a miss. That's a hit. For this guy takes 11 points of damage from each pistol, so he dies. And that is their turn. We switch it over to the enemies. So they're going to regroup. As these two move forward. And they're going to fire off their shock rifles at the Kaminoan. First one misses with its first attack. Misses with second attack. Second one hits with the first. Misses with second. She takes damage, but she immediately kind of like pushes back. As you can see, she's got some kind of ray shield on her body that immediately like reflects most of the damage. It's like just starts laughing at it as she immediately repositions herself with a gun ahead of it. That is their turn. We go to Corum.
How much longer do I got on this ship?
1 minute has passed so far. If you want to make me another check, you can see if it hastens the process.
Yes. Sorry. So expertise gives me double proficiency with skill checks.
Okay, so then it would be regular. You just get an extra proficiency bonus on it.
Got it. Okay. So it'd be +4 on top of my tech. So another 2 on top of that, so 7. 22.
22. Okay, you've been able to speed up the process a little bit more. You've been able to save yourself 2 minutes. You've got 7 minutes left to fix
Okay.
it.
And I'll kind of yell out, like, as I'm, like, running around the ship, like, trying to do stuff, I'll kind of yell to be like, what's going on out there?
And it would actually go to your turn, Argani, if I said it right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
You got
cool.
it.
All right, cool.
That is a great question. Hearing this commotion, can she do an investigation check and see if there's any sick blasters or anything that's a better weapon
Absolutely.
than vibroblades hanging around for the
Sure.
taken? Okay, we'll roll on here. Where is it? There it is. That is a 15.
15. You're able to look around at some of the stored supplies, and you're able to find yourself what looks like enhanced blasters. You would know these as specifically blasters that both have a stun and a specific firing mode to them. These would be just standard, like no extra bonus, but it's an extra D4 added to the blaster bonus.
Okay. How many are there?
There is a whole case, so there's like the case, what would be like 50 of them inside?
How heavy is it?
The case itself, the case, I'd say you definitely couldn't do it with your own strength without any armor or any kind of enhancements. But if you're able to use some of the cranes, you could possibly load it into the ship.
I don't know if we got that kind of time. I can't drag it or anything, can I?
Let me look at what we can do here. You can give me a strength check. Do you want to try to approach it? It would need to be quite high, but you can.
An effort will be made. You've got to be kidding me. That was a 2.
Yeah. Like you're pushing at it, you like push at it, and you like keep like sliding. You know how you push, you like slide your feet and you may slam down. Yeah, that it ain't going anywhere.
Just kicks it with her toe.
You do definitely see that there are the spot where you originally saw Quorum. There are different kind of devices there that can move the cranes around to actually move the containers if you wanted to take time to do it. But you would also have to learn how to use them.
It was more of an opportunity finders keepers.
Fair enough.
But she will take 2 and she'll put them in her belt, and then she'll take 2 more and bring them over to Quorum.
Okay.
She'll be like, I got you something. Might need it soon.
The nicest thing someone's done for me all day. Just slide them in my belt.
You are welcome. She puts it in his back pockets, whatever the hell.
Okay. Fair enough.
You think our little friends are even alive?
Freaking hey. I don't know. Go if you're worried, go get them. That's why I'm taking the bigger ship. We can get
I'm
people out
not
of here.
worried. I was just making assumptions.
Oh, for fuck's sake. All right. I don't care.
I need you both. I know that I'm assuming you're both on the ship, but I need you both to give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Us?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Alrighty, you're fired, Forge. That was a 9.
23.
23. You are secured to the ship. You already work on something, so you're being held up. But as you were giving him the guns, immediately something rattles on the hangar bay, as if something just got loose from the shaking of the connection from one ship to the other, and something drops on it. You immediately fall. I'm going to say you're going to take 2 points of damage.
Ow. Just gets knocked over and... car best.
You can tell at this point what it looks like is the captain's still trying to pilot the ship and trying to pull it away from the containing ship, but at the time it's also hitting an asteroid field and some of the actual graveyard that is in this space, and colliding with it is dropping things that are not fully secured in this ship.
She's gonna get it.
I'm sorry?
Go ahead.
No. Anything else in your turn?
Can I get up in my
Yeah,
turn?
you can get up. You're not forced prone. You're just like, it's some
Alrighty.
stuff drop on you, and yeah.
That would be real embarrassing. She'll just get up and just mutter. It's just like, I'm no A student pilot, but this is ridiculous. And that's it. That's all.
All right.
Saw that.
What?
Saw that.
Fix the damn ship.
Top of the round, there's Shakin. Or Shakin.
Shocking. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. It's if it helps, just think of shock tea.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, cool. Fair enough.
So, would I have possibly heard somebody shout?
Force wielder?
There's a force wielder.
Yeah. Yeah, it was not very quiet. He really bellowed it
Okay.
out. Yep.
I probably don't know who it was though that shouted it.
No, but
So,
you can definitely
I'm-
tell it was somewhere that just entered into the actual ship.
That's fair, but it could.
Yeah, any one of them.
Yeah, I think she would probably assume it's the force wielder that she sensed outside.
Okay.
No!
No.
No! It was going so well.
So bear with us, guys. Unfortunately, sometimes Discord gives some of our players some problems. Okay, we're back.
I swear to God.
Okay.
Fucking Discord. She's gonna. It must have been the internet, actually, because now things are glitching.
Oh, no.
She's gonna run as close to the others as she can. Sorry,
It's okay. Take your time. If you want, we can take a 5-minute break if you need to.
No, it's just I gotta refresh Forge. Oh. Okay, there we go.
Cool.
Okay, let's see. I don't see on my sheet how much movement I have, so I assume I just have 30.
I'm assuming it's just 30, yeah.
Okay, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Puts me there.
It looks like the standard force wielder just has 30 speed.
Makes sense. I don't think I can see anything from where I'm at right now. Unless there are other people moving about, but...
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are trying. Some of the people are like locking themselves into certain rooms. It's like this one's being locked in. As you can see, some people are like barring themselves in. The guy who was pulled in by the Kaminoan is like, he's like hanging on in there. He's like finding himself in a corner. Some of the people are like locking themselves into some supply closets. Some of them are actually starting to make their way down to the end here, where there's actually escape pods, and they're trying to, like, they can't get into them because they need the code to enter in, but some of them are trying to escape through the escape pods.
You know what? Since I can't see or do anything, I'm just gonna take my action to dash the rest of the way.
Fair enough.
10, 15, 20. And that puts me right next to the mark.
Okay.
Oh,
No!
So close. So close.
All right, tell you what. I gotta use the bathroom anyway. We're gonna take a break. We'll be right back. We'll give us 5 minutes.
This is fine.
We'll be right back in 5 minutes.
Okay. Staff out.
okay. Noted.
Cool.
We better get this ship off the ground.
Nedek.
He's working on
Okay.
it.
He would like to. He's going to use force push / pull to pick up the small shards of glass with the galactic power.
Galactus.
And Galactus power. No, galactic power. And as they levitate up in the air, he's going to look at the enemies. Have a taste of this. I'm going to propel all the shards of glass at them.
Okay.
So, what do I need to do?
Do they need to make a check?
Yes. They need to both make dexterity saving throws.
Does that only affect the cone area, or does it affect everyone around you?
It affects. Let's see. Actually, I'm sorry. It would only affect one of them.
Okay.
For ease, let's say all the shards go to 1.
Okay. And what they got to make?
Dexterity saving throw.
That is an 11.
Fail.
Okay.
Okay. He's going to take. Give me a sec. He's going to take 4 points of damage.
Got it.
And that'll be it.
Okay. All right. All right. Then we go to. So many things going on. We go to the Kaminoan, as she's once again going to pull back the trigger as you see her charge up the weapon, but due to how much power it needs, she has to skip that one, and she's gonna pull off a pistol off her side, and she's gonna try to fire the one that you just shot all that glass at. That is a 21 to hit, which it does. She's gonna do 15 points of damage, which is enough to take that guy out. Automatically response, these two move forward. And then we go to her soldiers as she communicates with them. Try to make sure that everybody gets out. As one side's heading out in this direction, and one side's heading out in this direction. As she just looks at you, Nidak, and just be like, you might want to leave too. You might be proficient at this stuff, but they're going to come in force. As she finishes charging her gun, and that's the end of their turns. We're going to switch over to the enemies. They're all going to fire their shock rifles at her. So the one on the right, with a 22 to hit, which it does, with a pathetic 5 points of damage. Her ray shield is able to protect herself, but it's running out of power. Extra attack, fail. Second one. Oh god, there goes the die. That is a miss. Second attack, natural 20, so it's going to do 30 points of damage. As immediately you just see like this lucky shot goes off, and not only does it destroy her ray shield, but she immediately gets like stunned by it. As she immediately starts like constricting to the ground. That she like she's still forcing herself to hang on to the rifle, but she's on the ground, like not prone, but she's like pushing herself up. But she's like constructed like the shot makes her like her nerves and her muscles tighten up. The other one's gonna get an advantage on her because she is currently technically stunned. That is a hit. That's 8 points of damage, and then the extra attack is a miss. She is in a lot of pain right now, and she is pretty bruised, and she's pretty like laser burned right now. We go to Corum. If you want to try to speed up the process, you can do what you did before.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try. So let's see here. It's that done. Or no, actually, just tech, right? We said it was just a tech roll, right?
Yeah, tech roll.
Okay. 21.
21. Okay, you're able to move it down from 7 to 5 minutes.
Okay. I'm sorry. Question. Shotgun. Does your Togruta, do they look like they have a gender? Are they gender fluid? I'm just double checking.
Female.
Female. Okay. And as he's doing this, he's like going as fast as he can. And he just kind of looks over and he's like, "One of you ladies know how to use technology? Because we need to drop this floor as soon as this is ready. And there's panels over there."
Okay. Margani.
How hard can it be? It's like pressing a button or something. She'll make her way over to the panels.
All right.
She looks at Shockin as she comes over too, and is like, "What's going on?"
Do I have time to respond?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Someone's boarding the ship. All I know is we gotta go.
Alrighty. Say less. And where would the panels be?
So they're actually back up on. They're in these sections. Because
Oh.
otherwise, you'd literally be on the floor that would drop as soon as you activated it. So you actually have to be at one of the actual like control panels that are hanging over the.
Okay,
Hanger.
so she'll move up here,
Okay.
and just be at the ready, I guess, because we can't open it yet.
You can at least start programming it. Like you got to try
Yeah.
to like understand it. So you can give me a technology check to try to understand like what's ahead of you, so you can start prepping for it.
A technology check.
Maybe under intelligence.
Okay. Just so an intelligence check.
No, there should be actually a skill under intelligence that's technology. It should be investigation, lore, nature, piloting, and technology.
Ah, there it is. Okay, so I'm just gonna do it on this. I'm just gonna roll it.
Yeah,
'cause it's
that's
on
fine.
the sheet, but I don't see it on the thing.
Fair enough.
Motherfucker, 7.
7. Okay. You at least understand the concept of it, but it looks like you got to go through several locks to actually control this thing, because it looks like it's not meant just for anybody to randomly use, obviously. But you can take your time to try to start getting it set up. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Gonna have to. They're crane buttons up here while I'm here.
Just start pounding on some buttons.
I'm like waiting for it to download, and I'm just like, see if I can get a crane going.
Each one has like its own set. Like one opens up the bay door, the other one sets up the cranes, the other one like just starts like shifting up different like settings to control like if anything needs to move into the escape pods. So if you want to do that while working on the crane, you can also do that too.
Yeah, the priority is definitely just to open
Get
the
the
door.
fuck out.
Yeah, but if there is a lag, I will totally take free time to mess with the cranes
Okay.
to see if I can take some shit with us.
Gotcha. We'll
No,
get that
but-
on your next turn. Top of the round to Shotgun.
I'm actually gonna slip onto the ship and try to assist with repairing.
Okay.
What needs to be repaired?
We just need to get this thing functional to fly. That's it. Hyperdrive ain't gonna do anything for us right now.
Okay, so what needs to be repaired?
Okay. So if you want to try to go, go back to the ship, you can try to repair the hyperdrive. Are you proficient in technology or any? You have any tools that you're proficient in with? You have any tools for this situation?
I am proficient.
Okay. So yeah. So you can give me a technology check to see if you can start working on the hyperdrive.
18.
18. Nice. You don't know how long it's going to take you, but you definitely have at least a good start. You're able to use what is like what someone already had set for you, and you're at least working with what you got. And hopefully, maybe even after you take off, you can even keep repairing it if you need to. You got yourself a station all set up, and you at least have the tools. You just don't know how long it's going to take. Nedek. At this point,
Okay.
you start seeing what is less soldiers coming out of the bridge, and between like the amount of soldiers after like the few waves, you start to see a cloaked soldier start to come in on the third group. She's about to enter off the bridge.
He's gonna look to the Camino.
That comes up a second.
What? Oh, sorry. He's gonna look to the Camino, who's prone and taking a lot of damage, who's fought side by side. Die well, warrior. The galaxy sees you. Now make them remember you. And he's gonna start taking off towards the hangar, but as he does so and kind of reaches this intersection before the hallway, can he try and use the power of the galaxy to maybe pull down some obstacles to cover his retreat?
Okay.
Tactical withdrawal.
Okay. If you want to start moving things out of the way, just roll me athletics.
Well, I want to run past and put things behind me in their way.
You want to what?
I want to like tear stuff down behind me, so that way as I run past, there's like basically use the power to make a makeshift barricade.
Yeah, just give me an athletics check to like use your overall strength and everything like that as you're running to start pushing things out of the way.
$12.
12. Okay. You're able to obscure. You're able to slow down anybody who has bulkier armor, but anybody who's a little more nimble, they'll be able to easily get through. But you're able to at least make some obstacles in the way. Go ahead and move your token to wherever you need to go with your movement speed. Okay.
I think that's I never yet.
Okay. Kaminoan just like looks at you as you move. We've always wanted a warrior's death. As she like lifts herself up, and she has to hold now with both hands on the rifle as she literally like pulls it out its extra charge. As she's gonna roll to try to. She does hit, and she does hit. So she's immediately gonna fire off and immediately do enough damage to take out 2 of them. As this one moves forward, and then you see well, you don't see this, but you start to feel the presence of an odd wielder. Nothing dark, nothing light, but it feels closer to dark than anything else. And then more soldiers behind. And then she's gonna use her extra ability to be able to roll again. So she's gonna take her pistol out. She's gonna try to fire them. That's a hit. That's a hit. So she is going to do enough to take down this guy. So then they're gonna move up. Replacement. That's her turn. We're gonna take it to the soldiers as this soldier moves up to her. He really takes it off how tired she is and really takes his gun and really fires it. As you hear a voice move up behind. Submit or fall. I'm not going to submit to you. Very well. As you just hear a condition of a lightsaber and immediately just slash. As you immediately hear a scream from a woman. For the Sith and Jedi on the ship, running will do you no good. Submit or die. We'll find you. There's nowhere where you can go. As you just hear a command. Find them. Don't kill them. My lord would like them returned. This one's going to move up in this direction. She's going to move up here. She's going to make a check. She's going to notice that you're there. But that's the end of her turn. We go to the soldiers on the side. This guy is going to already be up in this direction. This guy's going to see as soldiers coming, as he's going to be a little more courageous as he's going to try to fire off against them. He does hit, but his his weapons do not enough damage to take out this guy, but he does take some damage. We go to Corum. Rinse and repeat.
Rinse and repeat. Nat 20. So that's going to be a... Dove. Character sheet is super long. That's going to be a 25.
Okay, I'll say with the natural 20, you get enough that on your next turn, you'll be able to get the ship function that you can at least fly it. It might not be in perfect condition, but you can fly it.
So we can fly. Do I know if like weapons and stuff are going to be online or just flying?
Give me an investigation check on the ship.
All right.
I was like, give me an investigation check with advantage. You've been spending some time on the ship going through its different pieces, so you at least would have taken in some information.
Yeah, I'm just like running back and forth. Investigation, that's a 3. 13.
Okay. So, you've been able to notice that there is one tail laser, but it currently is unoperable. It is linked to the hyperdrive, so you got to fix the hyperdrive to at least get a door open to get to the tail laser. There are 2 side lasers that can be paneled up with someone sitting at the seats. The tail laser is automatic. And if you had a droid, you could pilot the top laser. Otherwise, there are simple kind of unloaded weapons that you'd have to find more ammo for, but currently unloaded weapons that can be fired from the actual cockpits. But currently, if you had people sitting into the left and right side, you could at least pilot turret lasers.
Got it. And which way is the ship facing? Nose towards the rear, nose to the front?
To the rear.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I'll just be like...
To imply the essential idea of this, it looks kind of like the Ghost.
Okay. As I'm like running around and I see her working on the hyperdrive, I'm like, if you can get that thing moving, we need that tail gun.
All right. Margani, if you want to give me another tech check or whatever you did before, you can.
Sure thing. The proclamation to the Sith and the Jedi on the ship. Do we hear this as well, or is it just only localized over there?
It is quite loud. You assume that whoever said it used some kind of force ability to actually amplify their sound.
Got a nat 1.
Oh no.
My dice hate me tonight.
With you also trying to take into account that maybe I should, while this is loading, I could also maybe do the crane. As soon as you like try to step away for a second, look at it, and whatever it did, you might have put in the wrong code, and it gave you like an improper password. So you have to start back up from square one to try to open up the doors.
So I guess we start the process all back over for the
Start over
doors.
again.
But she hears the announcement on the threat, and she just like says out loud for the rest to hear, "Sucks for them." And goes back to work on open these damn doors.
Fair enough. When you're ready, Shotgun, it is your turn. When you're ready.
Okay. Sorry, dog got into paper towels.
No, not the 3-ply.
Is Corum currently looking at me, or is he
You're just
fixing
probably
something else?
you're probably
now?
just yelling across the ship to her, right?
As I'm like fixing things and running past, I just kind of yelled
Okay.
at as I was running.
Okay. On it. And I am actually going to, because I am stronger in the Force than I am anything else, I am going to reach into it and try to use it to guide and manipulate the pieces into place to get fixed.
Okay. All right. So give me. Let's see, what check would that be? Trying to look. If you're trying to use it, I'll tell you what. Just give me a. If you're using that, give me a tech check with advantage.
Uh, 19.
19. Okay. You've been able to at least approximate how long does it take for you to get it ready and get the door open to at least activate the rear guns. Probably about 5 minutes you could probably get this done by, but you could still work on it after the ship is actually flying. Worst case scenario, you could keep working on it while it's actually engaged.
Okay.
But you're able to at least focus and actually use your training to be less mechanic and more wielder to actually use it that way. And
Okay.
It does work more proficient for you. Anything else?
Nope. I'll have it up in 5.
Make it 3.
Working on it.
All right, Nidak. As you're moving away, you do hear the bellows of this female, unsure Sith or Jedi, but looks like she does not care about who she's finding. All are her prey at this moment.
You will not have me this day. And he's gonna beeline it to the shuttle bay when he gets in. So to be clear, the ship's running. We're trying to fix hyperdrive.
The ship is running in. The ship will be running in 1 minute. So when it goes over to Corum's turn, the ship will officially be running. Well, it'll be fixed. But it'll be fixed at that point. No hyperdrive yet. Guns will work, but you still need to be able to drop the actual loading doors. Whether or not you are just doing an emergency drop or you're actually fully dropping the bay down for an escape. The difference is an emergency drops, you would literally drop the door, like actually just drop everything. All the other ships would drop too. The actual that's an emergency drop. If you do an actual correct drop, the whole floor will just drop by the 4 pedals, and then you can lift off from there, and then everything else, the floor lifts itself back up.
Is there any way that I can focus on using the power to force the door open? If I concentrate?
You could definitely force it open, but you would definitely want to wait till everyone's ready, and that would also be in an instance that everything would drop. So you want to make sure the ship is on, and it would be quite difficult for you by yourself. You probably need your other force wielder to help. The doors are quite large.
Would I have known that? Would I have sensed that Shakti is a force wielder? Since we've been back and forth with our powers,
if you did not talk to each other about it, I'm sure you would have hidden it from each other, so you probably wouldn't necessarily know.
Well, I would have run into the shuttle bay and kind of seen what everybody's doing. They are coming! But I think I can tear the doors open when we're ready.
Tear the doors open.
Did I stutter?
While you're looking around, Medak, give me an investigation check, since you're already kind of like looking at how you can just bust this floor out so you can drop the ship.
Okay. Eight.
The only thing you can tell is that the way the doors work are they're based on 4 specific pillars. Whether the pillars force the doors to drop or just force the doors to just emergency drop. They have different functions, but it looks like they're worked on an actual hydraulic system. That's all you can kind of really figure out with that. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
No, that's it for right now. And he'll turn and look back the way he came and kind of keep an eye out.
Okay. All right. We go to the soldiers. As this one decides to get clever and decides to start fighting at the force wielder. She's going to deflect, and she's definitely going to deflect. He's going to take some damage. He is dead. As he fires a shot, and she deflects. As she deflects it back at him. This one's going to fire at the other soldiers. And this guy is dead. These ones are going to move up as she's like, take care of that one. I'm going this way. As they move up this direction, they just start firing on this one as they both gang up on him and basically force him down to submission. She is going to move at dash. So 5, 10, 15, 20. As he just starts hearing someone charge through the halls. We're going to go to Corum. At this point, you were finally able to finally put the one plug together, and all the sounds, all lights start turning on at once, as you can just start hearing just like the ship not fully turn on, but you can just see everything just power up.
Okay. All right.
So to imply the style of ship, it can fit 2 people in the cockpit. One deals with piloting, the other one deals with navigation. And then there is there's no spots in the ship to actually sleep in. There is a back cabin that has a couple like couches that kind of flip into bunk beds. And then there's the cannons, and then there's the hyperdrive room that has the rear cannon behind it.
Yeah. All right. I gotta hope they're gonna get the doors. I'm gonna run for the cockpit and see if I can't get this thing fired up.
Okay. Give me a. I guess this would be technically piloting, so give me a piloting check on this one.
15.
15. Going through the settings, you're able to easily figure out the ship. It is not complicated as you're able to start getting it all set up. It will take not too long to get it set up. You're now just got to wait for the doors to be open. Your part is mostly taken care of.
Okay. While in the cockpit, and if I'm looking around, can I see, like, you said that there was, like, pillars that would control the floor to drop off?
So about here, and here. They're like 4 hydraulic pillars. Normally they do to drop the whole floor down, so it drops all the ships so they can take off. But they also look like they're meant as an emergency to push down really fast, so it just drops the doors, like almost like a laundry chute of sorts.
Do they seem like they're holding it, or that they would force it?
They both hold it and force it. Under different circumstances, they could push it down, but they also are magnetically holding it up. It looks like.
I guess my question would be: is if you shoot the pillars, would the floor drop?
It looks like it. Got
it. Okay. I will, over like the PA system from the ship, just be like, "How's those locks coming?"
What'd you say?
I yell over the PA system. How are the locks coming?
Okay. Anybody who's working on locks can reply to that.
Absolutely peachy.
All right, Plan B, get down here.
Okay. We go to Margani.
Alrighty. She'll ditch the locks and make her way back down. And as she passes by the Zabrak, she'll catch the glance at him and be like, "You coming or not?" As she's running by.
Okay. You can respond.
In a minute, I'm going to leave a gift for our friends.
We don't got time for gifts. We gotta get the hell out of here. Then she keeps running. That's it. I would say, would she make it to the ship?
Yeah, you can, if you didn't want to stop for anything specific and you're just running and talking, you can make it to the ship.
Okay. Do I have enough time? Never mind. He never said what Plan B was, so I don't know that he's trying to shoot the pillars.
I mean, if I see her get on the ship, I'm just gonna yell, "Get out a gun!"
Okay.
She'll do it.
All right.
She'll get a gun.
All right. We go to the top of the round to check in.
Helps if I didn't mute myself instead of unmuting myself. I'm gonna keep working on the hyperdrive, but as soon as I hear Marg hop on, I'm going to at least make it look like I'm actually using my hands to repair it instead of the force. So I guess more stealth.
Okay, got it.
Using.
All right. Well, here's gonna keep repairing. Just give me the same check we did before, but depending on how high it is, depends on if you're able to hide it or not.
Okay. Just a single roll or still at advantage? Because I'm still using the force.
Yeah, still advantage.
Okay. That was a technology, so that is a 16.
16. You are definitely working on it. It's still not ready yet, but you're able. No one has noticed that you are specifically not using tools in your hands. You're hiding it pretty well. Still taking a little bit. You do know that you can complete it, but you'll definitely have to hang out in this spot while the ship takes off.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
That's all I can do for now.
Cool. Nidek.
Question, player to DM. Any fuel cells, any fuel containers, any ammo crates, anything around like that in the vicinity of the level that I'm on?
There are no explosive containers in this area. No.
All right.
There are heavy
as soon as
objects, but there are no explosive containers.
he's gonna. Can I investigate to see if there's any explosive objects around?
Sure, you can give me an investigation check.
16.
16. The closest thing you can find to explosive objects is another container that has what looks like similar rifles to what the soldiers are carrying, and it looks like you know under the certain circumstances if you like charge them too much they will eventually explode, but they're not necessarily flammable.
Perfect. I'm gonna drag those over to the doorway to the shuttle bay, and then I'm gonna jump down and run to the ship and get in one of the side guns.
Okay, got it. Okay, so we got one side gun filled. All right. If you're in a side gun, just give me a. God, would this actually require it? Yeah, still give me a piloting check.
What's piloting under? Intelligence?
It's under intelligence, yeah.
Yeah, perfect, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, that's not what I want to do. 7.
7. Okay. All right. So, Kevin Owen's dead. These soldiers keep moving around. As she's going to keep running.
Oh, I should probably move my guy now.
So she goes over here. Down. As she immediately sees all of you, and she's going to run into about here, but she's not fully there yet. As she immediately runs to you, and she starts slowing down, she immediately draws her lightsaber. You're not going anywhere. She immediately puts out her hand, but she can't. Oh god! It wasn't supposed to be that powerful. It's not. It's.
I saw something drop and I went to catch it. It was my cat, and I caught her by like the back of her head, so she freaked out.
Oh,
It's okay though. Fine.
But her turn does not allow her to use any abilities on her turn. But she is almost down to your guys' level, but she's not at the ship. Corum, got the ship all running. Anything you want to do?
All right, so I will, since both of them are on guns now, I literally just yell out, aim for the pillars, just blast them and we'll get out of here. And I'm gonna, the ship's running and I see her. Here goes nothing. I'm gonna flick a switch and see if I can't get the rear engines to kick on. Not enough to propel us forward, but to start hitting her with like a blast wave of the energy from the
Sure. Let's yeah, give me another piloting check to see if you can like, just press the right buttons and switches to be able to just like work your magic. So,
Also, would that backblast hit the
would.
crate of?
it would if this
okay.
works. Yep.
10.
10. Under normal circumstances, she would have been able to dodge it, but she did not know of the crate that's there. So as you immediately blow it back, the specific ignition doesn't hit her, but it hits just enough to spark these. As it explodes, as she immediately recoils back. She successfully recoils back, but does bar her way, so she has to move about here. And you're able to create a lot of damage and rubble around this area, but she's still able to jump down from one of these spots if she feels so inclined. But you're able to stop her from her path at that place right now.
Do they have radios in the guns? Are there PA systems through the whole ship? So we can hear each
there
other?
is actual headsets in the gunner seats that you can communicate to the actual pilot.
I want to communicate to the other gunner. That is the present. That is why it is important to be a good guest.
Okay. Let's see. Anything else, Corum?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. Morgani.
You just got lucky, hun. And she's gonna shoot at one of the pillars with the gun. Probably this one, closest one.
Okay. So the guns themselves would just be a regular attack. So just roll me a d20 to roll to hit, and then they're going to do 1d10 damage.
And double check something. Okay. Ah! Okay, hold on. That one right in my hand. Okay, thank God. That was a 24.
24. Yep, that's a hit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not 1d10, 2d10.
2D. Oh, thank God. It's about to cry. 10.
10. Okay, that's enough damage to destroy or at least fracture one pillar. As you do see it just kind of like snap at one spot, and you just kind of like just start hearing like a suspension, like almost like if something's hanging on by dear life. You just start feeling like a shake, like some of the floor is starting to fall. Anything else?
I think if you get the other one right across, we can pry it open enough to slip out. To the other gunner.
Can respond.
Only one way to see.
I am Arnold, Sith warrior.
Really? I do what I can do. It was either that or like full like really bad Dracula. Like I want to suck the force. Ah!
One pillar.
1, 2 pillar, 3 pillar.
That is
Oh,
my turn.
This is the night of like the worst puns.
Oh my God.
Okay. All right. To top to Shakin. Shakin.
That's us out of here. I'm just gonna keep working on the hyperdrive.
Okay. Go ahead and give me another check with advantage. No one is really focusing on you anymore, so you don't have to hide it.
That's cocked.
Let it go.
Cat.
Let it go.
Okay. Spooky 20.
Spooky 20. All right. So you at least get all the pieces in. Now you just got to kind of start moving things around, much like reconstructing your lightsaber. As it takes time, you at least have got it fixed, but you do not know how long it's going to take for it to officially be working. But you at least have all the pieces in, so nothing gets lost as the ship starts flying around.
Okay.
But you at least got, but due to it at least being connected, you at least got the tail laser to work. As the tail laser is actually controlled by whoever's sitting into the navigational seat.
It's fixed. She's just calling. It's fixed.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Get it 100% fixed and get up here.
Working on it.
Nadak.
I swear my Australian will be better next week.
It's all right. We got 2 weeks between each session. We're good.
He's gonna lock onto the remaining pillar and blast away at it.
Okay. Roll me a d20, and then if it's a hit, it's 2d10.
Okay. 20. 10.
10. That is a hit. Go ahead and roll me damage.
$18.
18. You did enough damage as you immediately as soon as you shoot it, you all just feel like this immediate. It's not fallen yet, but you just start feeling like just like shaking underneath the ship. Anything else you want to do in your turn, Nidak? Feels like they're still holding, but they might eventually just give randomly.
Oh. Can I use the force to make it go when we... Can I just try and force the rest of the way with the energy of the universe?
I'd say at the levels you guys are, you're not proficient enough to be able to move such a heavy object when you're not directly looking at it. Directly,
Okay.
you would be looking
Then
at the floor, so you wouldn't be able to, I'd say, under this circumstance.
But I would tell that it might go at any time.
It could just buckle at any time. At this point, it's just like, it's just holding on for dear life. Either it's going to do it in a second or it'll do it in a minute. One of the two.
I'm just going to go over the PA. Everyone hold tight. We're in fate's hands now.
All right. So we switch over to the warrior as she's immediately going to scream and she's going to run over here. And she's going to immediately do an acrobatics check with the junk on top of the ship. Yep.
Fail, fail, fail.
As she immediately runs, and
No.
you just immediately hear a thud on top of the ship. She's going to ignite her lightsaber as you immediately just start hearing her scream, as you start just immediately hearing her just start slashing, but it does have a thicker hull on it. But she doesn't immediately penetrate it right away. We're going to go to... Corum.
Yeah. I guess at this point, I hear that. How close is navigation to like where I'm sitting at the pilot seat?
So navigation is like its seat is linear to you, not parallel to you. So like if you're sitting here, the dashboard to it would be like right here.
I mean within like 5-10 feet, I'm guessing.
10 feet.
Okay.
It's definitely not like arm reach and distance to control both of them at the same time.
Right. No, I understand that. I guess just hoping for the best here, I'm going to assume the gun is just pointing straight out.
Okay.
Stand up, run over, and I'm just going to look and just try to like hit the fire button really quick to shoot off a blast. And then just like jump back into my seat after the shot.
Just question, did you already at least lift the ship off the ground, or is it still landed on the ground?
Guess it's still on the ground.
Okay. All right, so just roll me a d20 to see if the shot actually hits something that would actually make an impact.
Oh, a 3.
Unfortunately not. It did hit a wall, but sounds like it doesn't help you any, but you do see that actually like hit some of the wall. As you can see, maybe some of the actual back of the ship is now starting to kind of crumble up.
Frack! And I just jump back in the pilot seat, and I'm just like, click.
We're aiming for the pillars,
This
hon.
is not. This is not.
This isn't Battlestar Galactica.
This isn't Battlestar Galactica. No.
I was hoping I could just hit like one of the panels up there and do something.
Star Wars brought to you by Starbuck.
We make this our own.
It's like you guys
show.
ever see those memes of like someone who doesn't know nerds, right? So you see like a like you get Picard on there, but it like says like some kind of like Gandalf meme, but it also talks about like all these different things all together.
Soon we shall take the ring to Mordor, and then we shall defeat all the Hufflepuffs.
Right, pretty much. Okay. Morgani.
Shooting at the other pillar.
Roll me that d20.
Ooh wee.
Ooh wee.
Please, fucking please. That is a 14.
14. Okay, that's a hit.
Cool, we're just gonna do the... Oops. You gotta be shitting me. 5
Okay.
damage.
You did some damage to it, but it's not enough to bust. You're able to at least destroy some of it, but some of the stress is still working in your favor. You definitely feel that once that one's done, or at least the other one's done, it's definitely going to buckle underneath you.
Come on.
Okay. Go ahead, Chuckin. Give me that check.
Okay, so I do still need to keep working on it.
If you want to. If you don't want to work on the hyperdrive, you can run over to navigation if you want help. You at least know that the rear blasters are at least working, but the hyperdrive isn't working. It is completely up to you.
I feel like it's more important for us to get out of there, and then I can return to working on the hyperdrive.
enough.
So I am going to stop, and I am going to book it to the front, and I'm going to take over that navigation seat
All right,
and
give
try
me
to fire.
Give me a piloting check to see if you can understand the navigation systems, and you can know how
fuck
to
yeah.
pilot the rear gun from there, along with also navigation.
Okay, this dice is being really good to me. So spooky 20.
Cool. We're gonna call that your Star Wars die. Spooky 20. So not only are you able to control the rear
It's
gun
really
from there,
pretty too.
you're not. Yep. There you go. Not only are you able to control the rear gun from there, but you're able to at least start plotting a course of where you guys can go on a quick turn until you guys can figure out how to get out of this. I'll say with the 20, you can also fire off the rear gun on this turn. So you can roll me a 20. You can roll me a d20 to see if you can actually hit either the pillar that was already damaged or the other pillar.
What do I add to the roll?
Nothing. It's just a d20.
Nothing. Okay, so 17.
17's a hit. Roll me 2d10.
T10. Blanking on what is a 10.
That would be the one that kind of looks.
Like a diamond.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a diamond, like what's on my screen.
13.
13. You did definitely do enough damage as you immediately shoot it. You all feel like just immediately the metal starting to bend as you can start to feel it starting to fall. Corum, just quick, give me just a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that's pretty good. That is a 21.
21. As it immediately drops, quicker than you thought, you immediately drop you immediately lift up the actual landing platform and you immediately engage the actual gravitational force, and then you really are able to land underneath the ship instead of it falling uncontrollably to whatever's beneath the ship that you're loading on. As immediately,
Are we in space or are we in atmosphere?
you're in space, but you're pretty
Okay.
close to the Utapau upper atmosphere. As she immediately jumps out, as she immediately tries to run in and tries to escape the actual the gravitational force of sucking in, and then she immediately runs out screaming. But you're able to get out of the ship. As you all see around you, you have this immediate fight of somehow, for some reason, many large cruisers of silver and just these giant Star Destroyer-sized cruisers coming up and just destroying everything around Utapau, including the ship that you're on, with mere moments before it gets destroyed. As you see many of these Tri-Fighter ships immediately about to come your direction. So you immediately try to take off to try to escape, unknown of where to go. We're going to end it there for the night. So,
Space battle.
space battle will be next session. Will be the ship battle.